There comes Molly. The reason I stopped though was because this very old Zanja has refilled because it's so rainy. Well, that, and also I'm irrigating up there at the saddle, at the aqueduct that goes across the saddle. So I'll clean this out, see how far it'll go in each direction. It went all the way to the old apple tree when I dug it at least 40 years ago, maybe 50 years ago. Here I am coming up to the fence, and so this water is being supplied up there somewhere. Let me walk along this newly cleaned Zanja. I have called these in the past bisses, and I probably shouldn't. It's the only word I knew. There was no word in English, there still really isn't, except for Zanja, which is borrowed from the Spanish, where it would be Zaha. Now I'll clean this out because that's a high spot. So I'm going to pause here a minute. There, I missed that in my initial cleaning, but it showed up. The water likes to be level. It does nice work. So you can see the water is working its way down the hill, and it's probably because the aqueduct is spilling so much off the sides. I'm going up there next. But anyway, here we have a restored Zanja. Funny, when I built this, dug it back in, who knows, the 1980s, this ground was rock hard. It was dry as it could be. Well, I had to scratch it into being, and it softened a little bit when there were rainstorms. But I sort of assumed at the time that I would be digging these for somebody else to figure out what I had done, if they ever did choose to try. And here, some 45 years later, I'm the one. I'm standing in the aqueduct, and you can see it's got water. And here are Jim and Jam still doing their work. That's how far the water is at the moment. It might be a little bit further, but it's getting close to being full. And each one of these saddle ditches, as I call them, are full and spilling water out. As a matter of fact, they've made it enough water spilled out here that they made that really swampy. I made the mistake of driving in there without having put it in four-wheel drive. I almost got stuck. But that's okay. I mean, I'm gonna work on that area now. And this Zanja goes the whole way out to the turn in the hill. And it's got more water in it now than it has all this year, at the very least. But it may keep filling. And, well, it will if I work on it, for sure, and the weather stays like this. There's an even higher Zanja up here where that little light brown goat is standing in it. And this is spillage, leakage from the aqueduct. But here's the end of that higher Zanja. So the water, that's the highest the water can get by gravity here coming across this saddle, at least by what I'm doing. So what to do here? Well, I'm going to develop it into a Zanja. And you can see it's leaking right there. I'll probably hoe that shut, and or maybe I'll open that, but I'm going to try to keep a level Zanja right there going out each end. Ideally, it would hold enough water and not leak so that below it I'd be able to drive across here without it being so wet. But here you can see a little bit of a ripple coming here. At least I can. That's leakage from up there. Now it's hard to fix this leakage because it's practically on stone. There's no soil really here to hoe up. But I'll try to eventually stop that leakage. And well, partly because I want this water to go out there past the turn of that hill. Well, it's a little like I have to relearn the principles of this periodically. I need that zanja to be letting water out both ends. Then I know it's level. And if I add to this end a little bit, I need to go over and add to that end a little bit. Now, these two are so close together that I might end up hoeing them together to make it into one wider zanja. Now, just a little bit ago, I heard a spring peeper peeping here, but he stopped. But that's how quick frogs can be to find good territory to lay their eggs and see if females are around. These white posts I put in here as an approximation to show me when I'm driving my pickup where to drive to approximate that curve. And every time I go through here with my pickup now, I can use those ruts as the start of new zanjas heading down there. Now there are some down there from before. I actually plowed this field. I had my neighbor plow it on a contour because I wanted to see what that was like. I should maybe see if I can find that video and post it with this.